What's up, dudes? Today we are cracking 1718 Upper Deck Series 1 retail blaster, 12 packs inside the blaster, and 5 packs, 5 cards in each pack. I think the best card you can pull out of this blaster is Clayton Keller Canvas Young Guns, so let's look for it. So we start with former St. Louis Bluesman David Bakes, Taves, Patrick Berglund, whose contract is also not great, and Nick Houghton. Actually, it seems to me that Nick Houghton is currently in AHL, but I'm not sure. David Savard showing his smile. TJ Brody, Lucas Sedlak, Charlie Coyle. Actually, Charlie Coyle is a very famous player amongst hockey collectors because he drew a penis on his Rocky trilogy auto. Mitch Marner, hot rookie from the last season. Braden Holtby, who is carrying Washington this season. Yevgeny Svechnikov, Young Guns. Is actually not a bad Young Guns because he's, not an expensive Young Gun, but he's definitely not the worst player out there. And there should be a second Young Gun somewhere there. And look on this face, it's like. Something like they're taking his after game a beer from him because he has to run after it. The checklist and Hank Sedin, Danish superstar Mikkel Bodeker, Patrick Laine, Scott Wilson, Jake Gunsel. I actually was a little bit surprised that Jake Gunsel wasn't number 299 Rocky in 16-17 Cup. For some reason they chose Jesse Puljujärvi, probably because Edmonton is a better hockey market than Boston. And here comes the regular shining stars of PK Subban. That's actually interesting because so these defensemen, shining stars and the red parallels, you can only pull them from this blasters. They don't come in hobby on. Oteens, Leo Komarov, and he's probably the first Estonian to play in the NHL. Michael Gebner, another New York Ranger who is now a Columbus Blue Jacket, Brandon Binsky, Ken Ward, Kelly Jernkork, Matt Martin, and Brady McNabb. It seems that all these Vegas Golden Knight photos are from the expansion draft. Also, Fleury's photo is from the expansion draft. Actually, I don't think it would be difficult to get like game photos of them because, for instance, they get like game photos of the Rockies. So why not to get game photos of Vegas players as well? Max Domi, the hot rookie from the last season. Riley Sheehan, and still Philip Kessel, Josh Bailey, Tuukka Rask. Great photo of him, like this vintage Bruins uniform. Also like this St. Patrick's Day uniform. For Medius, Jonathan Huberdeau, Marc-Edouard Vlasic. And the next card, I think it's a portrait. No, it's a young gun of Hayden Fleury. You see, when you're a defenseman on Carolina, it's difficult to be valuable. The young guns, so the pack is the blaster is a little bit disappointing in terms of terms of young guns. Oh, that's interesting. Two cards in a row. Players taping their sticks. Anderson and Carlson. Hampus Lindholm. Derek Brassard. He looks somewhat angry in this photo. Probably they just know the game and he's going away. Travis Zajac, Teuvo Teravainen, who's actually taking the lead in Carolina. Josh Bailey. Portraits. I'm not a huge fan of the portraits uniforms. Like it's probably he got this head because of the hat trick. Jacob Churchrin. And there's some. Oh, that's actually might not be a bad card. So I think it falls like 1 and 5 or 6 blasters. That's Shining Stars red parallel of Eric Carlson. So it's. I actually preferred a couple of the last years when they had them in blue because somehow I don't associate the red color with hockey, but like that's definitely a cool card, probably the best pull out of this blaster. And the 2 remaining cards, Paul Byron and Jake McCabe. So overall a little bit of a disappointing blaster, but I feel like especially like for the price of $19.99 plus tax or something like $21.60 or something like that.